where we uncover the secrets to living authentically, embracing joy, and radiating your best self through a happy, healthy smile. I'm your host, Dr. AC Quadu, and I'm so excited to have you here as we bring this incredible year to a close. Can you believe it? 2024 is nearly over, and what a year it's been. From moments of triumph to unexpected challenges, each of us has walked a unique path filled with lessons, growth, and opportunities to discover who we are and what matters most. Now, as we stand at the threshold of a new year, I want to dedicate this episode to reflections and resolutions, embracing the lessons of the year and manifesting a brighter future. Because let's face it, while the calendar may change, the wisdom we gain from our experiences stays with us, shaping the next steps on our journey. Think back for a moment. What's one thing 2024 taught you? For me, this year was all about learning to embrace change, finding gratitude in the small things, reconnecting with my purpose, and trusting in the wisdom of the universe. It wasn't always easy, but those moments of clarity, they were worth every twist and turn. So today we'll take some time to reflect on the important lessons this year has gifted us, both individually and as a global community. We'll talk about how to transform those lessons into meaningful intentions for 2025. And I'll guide you through steps to set yourself up for the brightest year yet. But before we dive in, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to you, my listeners. This podcast reaches listeners from 49 countries around the world. And your stories, your insights, and engagement have been a constant source of inspiration for me and has kept me going. You've reminded me that even though our experiences are unique, the desire to grow, to connect, and to find joy is something we all share. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's take this time to reflect, reset, and reimagine what's possible. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, so let's dive into some of the most important lessons from 2024, both on a global scale and in our personal lives. As we reflect, I invite you to think about how these themes showed up in your own journey this year. Let's start with the big picture. 2024 was a year of global transformation on many levels. We saw the world respond to political shifts in many nations. There were 60 elections worldwide, many of them marked with controversy. We also witnessed an escalation of global conflicts, and among other changes, human-induced climate change added 41 days of dangerous heat worldwide, resulting in record-breaking temperatures and extreme weather events that affected millions of people. One of the most powerful lessons from this is that change is constant, but how we respond to it determines our growth. Change is constant, but how we respond to it determines our growth. As an example, there have been remarkable advances in artificial intelligence, AI, and with that has also sprung the rising call for ethical innovation. This reminds us that progress isn't just about moving forward. It's about moving forward responsibly and with empathy. Closer to home, many of us faced challenges this year that pushed us out of our comfort zones. Maybe you experienced a career shift, a personal loss, or a breakthrough in relationships. Whatever it was, 2024 seemed to teach us all the value of resilience and adaptability. For me personally, one of the biggest lessons came when I learned to embrace the constant feelings of overwhelm and surrender instead to the inherent magic of each given moment. I learned that even when things feel uncertain, there's strength in showing up, staying present, and trusting the process. This and many stories shared with me throughout the year confirms that our struggles often carry the seeds of our greatest triumphs. So how about the way we connected this year? From the rise of storytelling on social platforms and collaborative art projects, it is clear the human connection remains at the heart of everything we do. And let's not forget the lessons that came from innovation with the constant buzz about AI tools and medical breakthroughs. The takeaway here was clear. Technology can enhance our lives, but only when we remain grounded in our humanity. But perhaps the most universal lesson this year was the reminder that small actions can lead to big impact. Whether it was acts of kindness, community building, or choosing to prioritize self-care, 2024 taught us that change doesn't always have to be grand. Sometimes it's in the everyday choices we make that ripple out into something extraordinary. So, what was the most important lesson from 2024? Take a moment to think about it. Maybe it's something you haven't fully acknowledged yet. Maybe it's a lesson still unfolding. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Because these lessons are the foundation of what's next. In the next segment, we'll talk about how to take these reflections and use them to create meaningful intentions for 2025. But for now, let's sit with gratitude for everything 2024 has brought us, both the joys and the challenges. Stick around. We're just getting started on this journey of reflection and renewal. And up next, how to turn your lessons into powerful resolutions for a brighter, more intentional year ahead. Welcome back to the Smile Code. Now that we've reflected on some of the key lessons from 2024, it's time to talk about how we can take those insights and use them to shape the year ahead. Have you ever noticed how New Year's resolutions often feel fleeting? We start the year with so much energy and ambition, only to feel frustrated or discouraged by February. And let me tell you, you're not alone. Studies show that most resolutions fail because they're either too vague, too ambitious, or they don't truly resonate with who we are at our core. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. This year, instead of setting resolutions that focus solely on what you want to do, let's focus instead on who you want to become. Let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I set a resolution to exercise more. Sounds familiar, right? But no matter how many workout plans I started, I couldn't stick with it. Why? Because I hadn't connected that goal to something deeper. It wasn't until I asked myself, why does this matter to me, that things started to click. When I realized I wanted to exercise because it made me feel strong, joyful and alive is stop being about checking a box and started being more about honoring the person I wanted to become. That's the power of intentions over resolutions. Intentions are rooted in your values. They're about how you want to show up in the world, how you want to feel, and what kind of energy you want to bring into your life. And here's the best part. Intentions aren't rigid. They allow for growth, flexibility, and even a little grace when things don't go as planned. So how do we bridge reflection to resolution? Here are three simple steps. Step 1. Reflect on the past year's lessons. Take what we just talked about, the wins, the challenges, and the growth, and ask yourself, what worked well? What didn't? And most importantly, what did I learn about myself? Step 2. Align your intentions with your core values. Think about what truly matters to you. Maybe it's connection, maybe it's creativity, or health, or peace. When your goals align with your values, they carry a deeper meaning that motivates you to keep going. And the third step is to set actionable, measurable goals. While intentions guide your mindset, goals help you track your progress. For example, if your intention is to embrace more joy, a goal might be to try one new activity each month that brings you happiness, like a dance class, a hike, or simply making time to read a good book. One thing I've learned is that small steps are just as powerful as big leaps. So give yourself permission to start small. The key is consistency, not perfection. Now, I'd love to invite you to take a moment after this episode to write down 1 or 2 intentions for 2025. Start with a simple phrase like, this year, I intend to blank. This year, as an example, this year I intend to show up authentically in my relationships. Or this year, I intend to prioritize my well-being without guilt. Or this year, I intend to take small but meaningful steps towards a new career path. What's powerful about intentions is that they're not about achieving something outside yourself. They're about becoming more of who you already are. So in this next segment, we're going to take things a step further and talk about manifesting your brighter future. How visualization, gratitude, and inspired action can help you turn those intentions into reality. So grab a notebook, reflect on your lessons, and start thinking about those intentions. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now that we've reflected on the lessons of 2024 and talked about setting meaningful intentions, it's time to discuss how to turn those intentions into reality. This is where the magic happens, where we bridge our dreams and values with inspired action to manifest a brighter future. You might have heard the term manifestation before, but what does it actually mean? At its core, manifestation isn't just wishful thinking. It's about aligning your mindset, your energy, and your actions with a vision of the life you want to create. It's as much about belief and clarity as it is about taking steps forward, no matter how small they might seem. So here's a simple 3-part framework to help you manifest your intentions in 2025. The first step is Visualize your future self. One of the most powerful tools for manifestation is visualization. When you create a vivid mental picture of your future self, your brain begins to believe that it's possible, and it starts working behind the scenes to make it happen. So let's try this together for a moment. Close your eyes if you can, and imagine it's December 31st, 2025. You've just had the most incredible year of your life. What does it look like? What do you feel proud of? What's different about how you show up in the world? Do you feel more confident, more peaceful, more connected? Picture it in great detail. What you're wearing, where you are, who you're with. Let yourself feel the joy and pride of becoming this version of yourself. That feeling. Lean into that feeling. That's your guide for the year ahead. The second step is to practice gratitude daily. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. It's a powerful tool for shifting your mindset and opening yourself to abundance. When you focus on what's going well, you start to notice more opportunities and blessings in your life. A simple way to do this is to keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. They could be as simple as the warmth of your morning coffee or a kind word from a friend. Here's the key to gratitude. It isn't just about what's already happened. It's also about what's yet to come. Try expressing gratitude as if your goals have already been achieved. For example, I'm so grateful for the fulfilling career I've created. Or I'm deeply thankful for the meaningful relationships in my life. This primes your mind to seek out the opportunities that align with those intentions. Now, the third step is to take inspired action. Manifestation isn't just about thinking positively. It's about aligning your actions with your vision. So ask yourself, what small steps can I take today to move closer to my goals? For example, if your intention is to prioritize your health, an inspired action might be scheduling a checkup or signing up for a yoga class. If your goal is to nurture meaningful relationships, it could be reaching out to someone you've been meaning to reconnect with. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Each step, no matter how small, creates momentum. And remember, the journey itself is just as important as the destination. Celebrate every milestone and don't be afraid to adjust your path as you grow. As we step into 2025, remember that you hold the power to change your reality. Your intentions combined with gratitude, belief, and inspired action can create a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and full of joy. So take a moment after this episode to write down one action you can take this week towards your intentions. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be meaningful to you. Before we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. The future you're dreaming of is already within you. It's just waiting for you to believe in it, to nurture it, and to bring it to life. So, here's to stepping boldly into 2025, embracing the lessons of the past and manifesting the bright, beautiful future you deserve. As the famous philosopher Goethe said, anything you can do or dream you do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your intentions for 2025 on social media with the hashtag SmileCode2025 or send me a message. Let's keep this conversation going and inspire each other along the way. Until next time, keep smiling, keep growing, and keep creating your best life. See you in the new year.